My name is Christine G, and we are going to take a look at this homework problem for MyStatLab. And here we have information about a clinical trial of a vaccine, 8,000 children, and then we have the two groups. One's the experimental group, the other one's the control group. And the experimental group, the placebo is the control group, and the experimental group is the one that is given some kind of vaccination or something like that. So here we have determine whether the proportion of subjects in the experimental group who contracted the disease is less than the proportion of subjects in the control group who contracted the disease at the 0.05 level of significance. So first of all, the null hypothesis, null means no change, or that if you subtract the two, they'd be equal to 0. And here the proportion, so we can count this one out because it's not that the proportion equals 0, it's that they aren't different. So here they're equal, so all three of these are equal. But the question, the research hypothesis is what the alternative is. And so that is here, so it's saying that the experimental group who contracted the disease is less than the proportion of subjects in the control group. So the experimental group is P1, and then that's less than P2. So that would be, give that one a shot. All right. Okay, now it's asking us to determine the test statistic. So we can go into StatCrunch, and let's take a look at this. So we're going to go into stat, and then proportion stats, and this is a 2-sample test with the summary data. And then, let's see, for the first group, it is 71. It's the number of successes out of 4,000. And then for group number 2, it's 116 contracted the disease out of 4,000. And then this null hypothesis looks good. P1 minus P2 equals 0. And then let's take a look. But the alternative hypothesis is that P1 minus P2 is less than 0. And this is at the 0.05 level of significance. So now here we have the z-test statistic, or z-statistic, and let's put that in there. So negative 3.33. Okay, and now it's asking us to determine the p-value. Well, StatCrunch has that right here, and it's 3 decimal places, so it's just going to be 0.000, because 4 doesn't round up, so hopefully that is okay. And then what is the result of this hypothesis test? So we are going to reject the null because there is sufficient evidence to conclude that the proportion of subjects in the experimental group who contracted this disease is less than the proportion of subjects in the control group at the alpha level of 0.05. That looks right to me. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and I went through that last part kind of quickly. So if you have further questions, let me know. Thanks.